The Copa America 2024 quarterfinal games have now finally wrapped up, and there were some great games and shock results that happened. But now, I think it's only right that I make my predictions for the Copa America Semi-Finals. And trust me, you're gonna want to stay until the end, because there might be an upset in my predictions. Why? Because I love being bold. So let's get straight into it. Now let's start off with Argentina versus Canada, the first semi-final at this summer's Copa America. And I can already tell that this semi-final is gonna be an entertaining one to watch. Starting off by talking about Argentina though, they're definitely the favorites to win the Copa America this summer. After all, they are the recent Copa America and World Cup champions, so it only makes sense. And so far this summer, Argentina's national team has kind of been on cruise control. In their first game against Canada, yes Canada, their opponent in the semi-final, I know, Copa America's format is kind of weird. But anyways, in the game against Canada, it started off shaky with Argentina not scoring in the first half, and Canada actually having some good chances. But eventually in the second half, Argentina did what they usually do and scored goals and went on to win the game 2-0. It honestly could have been more if Lionel Messi could just finish, but maybe his vacation time at Inter Miami has taken a toll on him already. Anyways, in the second game of the group, they had to play Chile. And if you guys didn't know, Argentina and Chile are arch enemies when it comes to the Copa America, because back in 2015 and 2016, Argentina lost 2 Copa America finals to Chile, and Chile went on to win their only 2 Copa Americas in their history. These finals that Argentina lost also starred the Lionel Messi International Trophy curse, until they obviously overcame that. Anyways, in this game, Argentina were kind of struggling again, and they couldn't find a way to score. That was until the 88th minute, where Lautaro Martinez, who scored in the previous game against Canada, came clutch for the Argentines and scored from a corner to secure 3 points and qualification to the quarterfinals. Then Argentina decided to bench Messi in their third game against Peru, because well, there was really no need to use him. Peru have been absolutely garbage recently, and it didn't matter because Argentina got the 2-0 win regardless. Finally, in the quarterfinals, Argentina got off to a hot start against Ecuador, with Lisandro Martinez scoring from a corner to put his side up 1-0. But then surprisingly, Argentina started to struggle a bit, something that we have kind of seen from them this Copa America. And not gonna lie, it's kind of making me question this side. That's because in the second half, they gave away a penalty, and luckily for them, Ender Valencia missed from the spot. But in the 90+ first minute, Kevin Rodriguez from Ecuador scored from a cross and equalized the game right before the full-time whistle, which meant that the game was sent to penalties. Yeah, Copa America doesn't have extra time right now for some reason. I know, it's a bit weird. But also, if Ecuador just scored that penalty, they would have knocked out Argentina from the Copa America. That's crazy. Anyways, during the penalty shootout, Leo Messi ended up missing from the spot, which is really shocking. But Emiliano Martinez comes up clutch as he always does for Argentina, and his saves send them through to the semi-finals. But even with Argentina making it far once again, they haven't been too convincing, I can't lie. Before I get to my prediction though, let's talk about Canada. As I already mentioned, they lost in the first game to Argentina 2-0 despite actually having a couple of good chances. And with this confidence that Canada gained from the game in terms of competing against CONMEBOL opposition, they used it well for the remaining group stage games. And although it wasn't the most convincing, and the fact that Peru went down to 10 men, Canada secured a very important 1-0 win over Peru in the second group stage game in the 74th minute, thanks to a strike from their star man up top, Jonathan David. After this game, I kind of already had a feeling that Canada were going to make it through to the quarterfinals. And with the 0-0 draw against Chile in the next game happening, Canada made it through in second place. But then in the quarterfinals, they had to face Venezuela. Now this isn't the same Venezuelan team from the past years. No, this Venezuelan team was good. In fact, they topped their group with 9 points, winning every single game, including their first win over Mexico in their history. But Canada was up for the challenge, especially under the new guidance of Jesse Marsch. And although he isn't the most established coach, he's definitely more certified than that bum Berhalter. But that's besides the point. Anyways, Canada were up for it, like I said. And Schaffelberg, who came out of nowhere at this tournament it feels like, scored in the 13th minute to send Canada to dreamland. And they kept this lead for the entire first half. But Venezuela came out swinging in the second. And eventually, Venezuela's star man up top, Salomon Rondon, scores a worldie to bring Venezuela back level. This draw would remain for the entire 90, and the game had to be sent to penalties. Now this might have been the worst penalty shootout I've ever seen, with both sides missing some dreadful pens. But eventually, Ismael Lecone finishes the game off with Canada 6, and Canada qualifies to the semifinals in their first ever Copa America. Jesse Marsch has done a masterclass. It's crazy that we could have had him, but instead, we re-signed Greg Berhalter, that bald fraud. That's disgraceful, man. Anyways, who do I got winning this semifinal between Argentina and Canada? Well listen, I think Canada is going to give Argentina a tough fight, and in fact, I think in the 90 minutes, the game will end 1-1. But in penalties, I think Argentina are going to handle business as per usual and win 4-2 to make the Copa America final. Sorry Canada, but I can commend the effort y'all put in this Copa America. Well done. Let's now move on to the other semifinal clash, where we got Uruguay versus Colombia. Yeah, I'm excited for this one. But before I go on and preview the semifinal match, please remember to subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it and it means a lot, so thank you. And also if you guys can, follow my Twitter and my Instagram, both at Nabuto, if you just want to hear my thoughts on football games, transfers, and overall, just to get to know me more. So if you want to, feel free to hit me up with that follow. Thank you. Anyways, back to topic, let's start off by talking about Uruguay. Now under Marcelo Bielsa, Uruguay's manager, these guys have been cooking. And in fact, they've beaten Brazil 2-0 and Argentina 2-0 away from home in World Cup qualifiers qualifying, and they're on course to qualify too, with that being in second place. So safe to say, Uruguay were heading into this Copa America in some hot form, and this would show in their first match against Panama, with them smoking and dominating them 3-1, with my boy Darwin Nunez scoring in the game as well. I'm telling y'all, under Arne Slot, Darwizzy is gonna cook for Liverpool, believe me. But back to Uruguay, they would continue their amazing form and smoke the hell out of Bolivia 5-0, confirming their spot in the quarterfinal after this win. I mean, what do we expect? Uruguay are on fire, and Bolivia stinks. But then in the last game for Uruguay, a game I was actually at by the way, I thought maybe the US would be able to steal something in this game, just because we were playing to win while Uruguay basically confirmed top spot. But nope, we lost 1-0, and guess what? USA got knocked out of the Copa America. Berhalter, man, Berhalter. Anyways, Uruguay had to play Brazil in the quarterfinal, and this match was choppy, with fights and dirty fouls happening everywhere. But eventually, the game ended 0-0 and had to be sent to penalties, where thanks to Brazil's players somehow sucking from the spot, as they showed against Croatia at the 2022 World Cup, Uruguay won and are now sent through to the semifinals. Fair play to Uruguay, man. They look like a proper footballing side right now. Let's now swiftly move on to Colombia before I give my prediction for this game. And my god, Colombia are cooking as well. I swear, at the time of me recording this, they're on like a 27-game win streak which spans across 2 years. Fair play to them, man, because Colombia looks amazing. Anyways, in the first match, it wasn't easy, but Colombia managed to hold off Paraguay and secured 3 points from a 2-1 win. This game just showed me that even if you make things difficult for Colombia, they can still participate in a dogfight and come out on top. Then in the second game against Costa Rica, I mean, what did y'all expect? Colombia of course slapped them up silly 3-0. And then in the third match against Brazil, a game that I was also at by the way, video coming soon, Colombia and Brazil ended up drawing 1-1, despite the Colombians going down 1-0 earlier on in the game. And with that, Colombia topped the group. I had the easier side to face in the quarterfinals, which was Panama. Now you might be wondering, where did the US go?
You just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
In this game, I mean, Panama stood no chance. James Rodriguez was having himself a world-class match, scoring 1 goal and I think assisting 2. And Luis Diaz also got himself on the score sheet as well. In the end, Colombia smoked the living hell out of Panama 5-0, who with all due respect, had no business being in the knockout stages. But they got there due to defeating the US. So fair enough, I guess. But overall, this now leads us to my prediction. Who will win the semi-final match between Uruguay and Colombia? And man, this one's gonna be a hard one to predict for sure. It's like when an immovable force meets an immovable object. 2 very good teams in South America fighting for a spot in the final. But I think I know who I'm gonna go for. I think Uruguay will score first in the match. But I eventually got Colombia coming back and scoring 2 goals to win 2-1 and make the Copa America final. Yeah, Colombia, I'm backing y'all. And if any Colombian chicks are watching this video, just know I'm single. Hit my line, please. I'm lonely. With all that being said, the Copa America final that I predicted is Argentina versus Colombia. Yeah, I wonder if anyone predicted this final matchup before the tournament even started. Oh wait, I did in my original Copa America prediction video. Man, I got some really good ball knowledge for real. Just ignore my USA prediction, please. Anyways, who do I got winning between these 2 South American sides? Well, according to what I said at the beginning of this video, I said I might have an upset. And so far, I don't think I've made one yet. That's right, I've been saving it for the final. Because so far, Argentina have not impressed me as much as I thought they would. While Colombia have impressed me a ton. Especially the fans, if you know, you know. In all seriousness though, I actually have Colombia beating Argentina in a very thrilling final. With them winning 3-2 in extra time, winning their second ever Copa America. 23 years after winning their first one back in 2001 on home soil. Colombia, I'm backing y'all. Don't let me down. And oh, if you guys were curious for some reason, Canada is not getting that 3rd place medal, man. That'll go to Uruguay. Anyways, I appreciate y'all for watching this video, and let me know who you guys got winning the Copa America in the comments down below. I would love to know what you guys think. Now, if you guys enjoyed this one, please remember to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And please be sure to follow my Twitter and my Instagram. The links are in my YouTube description. And last but not least, if you want to watch me rant about the USMNT and how we're so finished, and why Greg Berhalter needs to go, you definitely want to check out this video right here. You won't regret it.